Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cold Brew Cast. You're here with your constant co-hosts, Matty J, Drake G, and Colton D.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo.
Big spice.
What up?
What's happening?
What up?
What's going on?
Oh, we vibing.
I feel like... Oh.
No.
Mhm.
I was going to say, I
Oh.
feel like we do food segments every single week now, so I immediately want to start with a question about food.
Oh, that's super fair.
Okay. So, straight up, sweet or savory for like everything. Like, if you could only choose one for the rest of your life, are you going sweet or savory?
So, like, I am a sweet person
Yeah.
through and
So
through.
sweet. Yeah.
But I think if you go the sweet route, like, I know at some point in my life I would be tired of it.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact I would never be tired of savory.
Yeah, that's
that's
kinda...
my answer.
Okay, so you're saying savory, but like barely.
Yeah, I mean, if it's for life, like, I just know I'm gonna regret that choice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's valid. What about you,
Mhm.
Matt?
Okay, here's the thing. The real truth of the matter is, I think it's a savory angle 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Because, sorry, I'm turning my fan off, so it's not like while we're talking. Okay, so it's a savory angle 100% of the time. I agree completely. I think sweet does two things. Sweet means sugar. Sugar means bad. Savory, obviously there can be some bad things, but I think surface level, I could eat a crepe for breakfast with steak in it and have a savory option, but I wouldn't want sweet meals for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
fairly
on the
straightforward.
same page. I'm
Yeah.
savory all the way, even if like there's no competition for me. I'm not a sweets guy really, so
No, I like a
savory is
sweet option. Like for breakfast these days, I am pretty well. Okay, hear me out. Stay with me. Don't
Hearing you out.
flame me too hard. Okay, flame me hard.
That's
That's fine. It's hard not to. I know. It's hard not to. I have been, so my go-to breakfast when I eat breakfast, which is not very often, but we have like Quaker oat, like pre-made oatmeal. So
Yeah.
the go-to is, hear me out on this strategy and tell me what you think. The go-to is 2 packages of Quaker in a bowl, hydrate them as you would normally for a regular person, but
Yeah.
take a third package. Okay. Once all this oats saturate from the first go around, take the third package, dump it over top, mix it in to dry it out. Because I like a dry oatmeal. Come at me in the comments if you don't, but that's fine. I like a dry oatmeal. Then I take a little bit of brown sugar, not much, but I like crumble it on the top and try and kind of like squeeze it together a bit so it stays a bit chunky. I crumble it on the top, and then I take a splash of cold milk, just a splash, and I pour it over the top. So it kind of creates this like sugar milky soup thing that's happening on the top. And then the key is you got to eat it right away so that the oatmeal is still hot while the milk is still kind of cold. And it's just like my whole morning breakfast energy is that oatmeal. Now I do apple cinnamon, and that arguably is sweet and savory, but I definitely take it to the sweet end with that brown sugar milk combo on the top. But I will say that yeah, it's savory forever, but that's the way I eat my oatmeal.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
weird.
like
It's a textural thing, but
I was just curious. I know Drake's a sweet guy, so I was like, I'm gonna ask this question just to see if there is any disparity at all. But no.
I do like a sweet, like, I mean, oatmeal croissant or oatmeal almond croissants
Yeah,
back in the day were like god tier, right? But
for sure.
But yeah, I would definitely prefer. Hey, I have that mug, Drake.
It's a great mug.
Yeah, it's a great mug.
I got it for Christmas like 6 years ago or something like that.
It's a Timmy's mug, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's a great mug.
Yeah, we actually have all 4.
Sorry. Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is a bit not really a flex, but we are mug collectors.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys, what? Okay, this is a a reasonable question, and I know everyone collects something. So
Hmm.
I collect mugs, and I collect a lot of things. But what do you
Yeah.
guys collect?
Oh, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
I have two specific collections that I actively work on having,
Mhm.
which I think both of you are well familiar with. One is my beer glasses.
Yeah,
I have a
yeah,
big
yeah.
collection of beer glasses. The goal is to have a glass that fits every style of beer that exists and the appropriate glassware for that beer. Because it does really actually matter. Like, I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of tests, both personally and through certified organizations. And the glass that you put beer in does affect how it presents itself.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
And the other thing is shot glasses. That's probably my actual biggest collection is shot glasses. I try and get a shot glass from everywhere as I go, whether it's a city, a town, a country, whatever it is. Anytime I know a friend is going somewheres that I haven't been and likely will never go, I usually ask them to pick up a shot glass for me.
Mhm.
Valid.
I have probably the two coolest ones I have, and this is no shade to anybody who's listening who may have gotten me a shot glass. I love all of them. There are just some that are a little bit more special, and I'm sorry.
That's allowed. That's allowed.
That's valid.
Anyone that's upset by that can
I have one
Come at you in
do
the
an unnamed
comments.
thing.
from our Italian friend Pietro that he brought
Yeah.
back from Italy. It's a limoncello shot glass.
Oh,
It's a ceramic
true.
one. It's beautiful, and I love it. And then also one of my old friends in high school is originally from India, and she brought me back a shot glass from one of her trips home a decade plus ago.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
If I ever go anywhere cool, I'm gonna have to get you a shot glass.
I'll either make a post about them and show them off to the viewers so they can see them later, or I'll just show you guys.
Yeah.
But those are my like two big collections. That's what I like.
For me, it's
Valid.
mugs and Pokemon cards. Oh gosh,
Oh,
Oh,
my
he just had to
Charizard.
flex on us.
My Charizard and they're both. Yeah, that one's base set unlimited, so it's not as quite as cool, but it's first
What's the
edition
PSA on that
Shadowless.
bad boy?
9.
Ah.
Unfortunately, it didn't quite get a 10. I might get it regraded at some point in my life, but there is some edge whitening. But it's all good.
Gotcha.
And if
I
you
do have
were
a collection
to
of 10s.
sell just those two bad boys, what's the net profit off of those?
So that's a great question. So it does fluctuate and depend. I think this guy I could probably get like $400 from the right collector, and I think this guy I could probably get like $350 from.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like this is only a PSA 5.
Oh.
Zard.
Ah,
It's like clean and centering is perfect on the front, but
Yeah.
there's a bunch. You're not going to be able to see it because I won't be able to get my camera to focus. But there's a lot of like pocking and some water damage right on the back. But I was like,
Yeah.
I owned one when I was a child, gave it away, and I was
mhm.
like, I need to own a PSA Charizard of some kind, and I found one when I was out at there's a local store here, Drake. I don't know if you have ever been, but it's called AMG Collectibles.
Oh, I know of it. Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Recently, I don't want to say recently because I'm not sure exactly how recent, but in the last 2 years, they started stocking Pokemon and collecting and trading, and they're one of the only places that you can walk in and actually barter a deal with here. Everyone else is like, we went on to tcg.com and we've looked at the market value suggested premiums, and that's the price, and we're only giving you 70%. Or
Yeah.
50% or whatever it is, and it drives
Yeah.
me as a person who actually collects and wants to
Mm.
be in a market where I can negotiate with people. That really bothers the hell out of me. But AMG will let you negotiate, so I actually cracked them down on the Charizard. From they were asking back before it had inflated a bunch. They were asking like 250. I think I got it for 220, which was nice. And now it's worth about 350. So Bob Schrunkle.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there you go.
But yeah, if I sold my whole collection, I'd probably get like 5K.
Valid.
Yeah, but these two guys are just like the two cards I had when I was a kid that I was like really proud of and missed the most. So
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
even they're just sentimental to me. I did get that. I'm sure I probably told you guys independently, but for the listeners, I got the Latios and Latias. If you're a Pokemon person, you'll understand the Latios and Latias team up GX, the alternative art where the Latios and Latias heads make like a heart or a heart if you're trying to be really cool, like the new Gen Z people. And so that one I got PSA 10, sold the bad boy for $1,750. Yeah,
Right.
it was pretty
You
crazy.
did
It was
tell
my
me about
biggest
that.
deal I've ever made, but I traded for it for about $30 worth of value.
Yeah.
And then the grading cost was like $23 at the time that I got it graded, or $27, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were like 17 up on that one, which was
Nice.
crazy town.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good time though. But yeah, that's my
Nice.
my
What about you, Colton?
I really like One Piece, the anime.
Mhm.
I have a tattoo of Zoro's swords and a quote from him. And anything that I can find that I have that has Zoro on it, like this bottle of sweet tea, for example, I just purchased. Like literally, like my monitor mount can't sustain the weight of one of my monitors because it's just not, for that monitor. And I have Zoro Funko Pop holding the monitor up right now. So like I'd show you that too, but obviously not an option. But yeah, I have like some stuff. Like the collection's still pretty small, but it's growing and it will continue to grow. I have a lot of posters on my walls of like Zoro and everything. So that's cool. Outside of that, stickers. I really like stickers. Yeah. Like anime stickers are like, I don't know, every time I go somewhere new, I get a sticker. My old PC, which I saved the case from, has like stickers from all over Nova Scotia on it. And I just thought that was really cool. So yeah, I have a huge box of stickers right now in my closet. But yeah, those are like my two most collected items, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Cool town. How was your week, bro?
Oh, bro, good week.
Yeah,
you get to go first, my guy. There's
Bit of a mix of a week. Oh, this is gonna be like a full monologue. Sorry to the fans who don't like to hear about our weeks, if there's any of you. Okay, number one, I was sick. Like since Wednesday, I have been like rigged up. Like still kind of getting over it, not really over it at all. Thursday got
there you go.
Got the new neck tattoo.
I have questions about that. I'm gonna follow up.
Go for it. No, well, go for it after.
After you're done.
Got the new webcam, if you couldn't tell. It's a little off center. Got my new Manscaped razor in the mail, which is like sick. We're not sponsored, unfortunately, but it's awesome. Like, I don't know. I was using a crappy one from Walmart forever, and I was like, whatever, I'll just upgrade. And it's night and day. Like, it makes trimming so much easier on the old face.
Beard does look fresh today.
Yeah. Got a Jeep. Happened to mention that in the last episode. Got a crazy Jeep that I wanted to tell you guys about because it's what I wanted. I was looking at it online for a while. It has everything I want, like 4-wheel drive. Like it's a really high trim, so it has like all the bells and whistles, like auto start and all that fun stuff, like keyless entry and everything else. But when I got to the dealership to like sign all the papers and stuff, which there's a whole story behind that. I was sick from Wednesday on, and I picked it up this Saturday, and I didn't sleep from Wednesday until Friday night. And then I took some NyQuil, and then I woke up Saturday morning, and I was supposed to leave Halifax at like 6 a.m. to go home to go get the Jeep. I woke up at 8:30 and I had missed like 4 calls from my dad and 3 alarms went off. And I was like, what is going on? And he was calling me at the moment that I woke up, and I answered, and I was like, hello. And he was like, I'm at the dealership. Where are you at? And I was like, oh no. So I just like flew home in my car that was breaking down. And I was like, please just make it. And it did, which is thank God. But I get there. he opens up the trunk of the Jeep just to like start, showcasing it to me or whatever. And I'm like, hold on now. There's a little Beats logo on the speakers in the trunk. And I was like, is that like a subwoofer? And then I look at the whole Jeep. Bro, the whole sound system is a Beats sound system. Like, and it is crazy. Like, I know I'm coming from a kind of junky baseline car or whatever, but like, you turn the volume up to like half, and it is shaking the ground around the vehicle. Like, and the bass can go up to like +10, and it's at 0 right now. So I'm just like, man, this thing is wild. And it's so nice. It's like super easy on gas. Like, my old car had a lot of problems. It cost me more to drive my old car to Liverpool. Well, doxed, get fucked. It cost me more to drive my car down than it did to drive the Jeep back. And I was like, well, that makes no sense, but I'll take it. So yeah, I'm living my best life vehicle wise. And it's not even like that expensive in comparison to the car. So it's really quite an upgrade. So my
Hell
life
yeah, dude.
has like, I've just been treating myself good lately, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't ever make purchases for myself. So this was a weird week, but it was a good one. And here we are. Yeah. That's my week. Oh.
Solid.
Yeah,
that's
good week.
a spicy
I love
week.
that.
I want to go for a ride in ye old vehicle.
Yeah,
because
same.
I feel like that spicy sound system.
Oh, we can. I want to get Drake into it with his playlist of like EDM or techno, and
I got some bangers.
I'll turn up the bass a little bit. We'll be the most obnoxious vehicle on the road at that time for sure.
Let's be those people in downtown Halifax for an afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I might do some like real customizing to the vehicle too. Like I might like throw like a Magnaflow muffler on it or something, just make it a little bit louder, maybe like some bigger tires. Matt's judging me, but like this, if I have a nice vehicle, I'm doing what I want with it. And I think it's not going to be like, I feel like you think one thing and it's really going to be quite different. Like it won't be obnoxiously loud. It'll just sound nice. Like when I started up in the morning, I want to just hear a little rumble. That's all I need in my life. So
get a Zorro wrap on it.
No, that's too. It actually straight up the like base, like it's like dark gray with like a black top. It looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it. It's lovely.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's sick.
Heck yeah.
Go for it.
You had follow-up questions. Do you want to do the follow-ups?
Sure. My question is about your tattoo, actually.
Shoot.
So, regarding the process of healing your tattoo, when did you get it, and how many days have you had it now?
This one's very unique in the healing process. So, I got it Thursday, which means that I would have had it for 3 days now. And it's just like kind of flaky and scabby. And like,
and
dry.
You just let it get dry and flake and scab, or are you supposed to moisturize it? Like there's so much. And I know you've had a lot of tattoos, so you probably from experience would be able to answer that question. And I mean, fair enough to you as well, Drake. But
everybody has like different, like all artists recommend different things and all people kind of heal differently. So it's a little bit not linear. For me, like, so usually my tattoo artist puts second skin on every tattoo I get, which for anyone who doesn't know, it's just like an adhering like plastic wrap that kind of keeps germs out and like just kind of keeps the tattoo safe for a few days. You can keep it on anywhere from like 2 to like 7 days, depending on, your preference, I guess. He said that it doesn't stick well to the neck. So this is like the first tattoo in a while that I've had that I didn't get second skin on, which kind of changes the healing process a little bit because typically the scabbing and like flaking doesn't start until you take the second skin off. So it's been a bit different, but pretty much for me, like I wash it twice a day with antibacterial soap, non-scented. Like that's crucial for sure.
Mhm.
Because like typically I'll do it when I wake up and then after like work or something, because like those are gonna be my two most like dirty, maybe I sweat through the night or something kind of moments. And then like if it gets really itchy or like exceptionally dry, I'll maybe put some like non-scented like uh, my tattoo. I'll just send a picture of like what cream I have to my
Mhm,
tattoo
mhm.
artist, and he'll be like, "Yeah, that one's good to use." So I'll typically do that. I use it's like a white container with a green top. I forget what it's called.
The CeraVe?
Cetaphil or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I know the
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really good for your face, and I use it on my tattoos, and my tattoo artist said it's fine. So typically the like flaking phase will last like a week and a half to 2 weeks when I use second skin. But this one where it doesn't have it on it, it probably will last a little bit longer. But like the healing process is pretty quick. And this one's a small tattoo as well. So it won't be as long. But probably like
Mhm.
2 weeks from now, I'll be like flaked off and like pretty much a fresh tattoo.
Got you. Nice. And
Yeah.
you just let it flake, no picking.
No,
Mm.
definitely don't pick. You can like
Mm.
if you pull flakes off, you can pull the ink out of your skin and you'll have like blotches of like bare like regular skin in amongst your tattoo.
Mhm.
Because like the healing process is and like I'm not gonna lie, like with my hand tattoo, I played basketball like maybe a week after I got it, which it was still in the healing process, of course. And I got like scratched on my hand and it like pulled some flakes off and it got infected. And like now I was able to clear it up pretty easily, like just with some like antibacterial polysporin and stuff like that, because it wasn't too bad. But
Mhm.
like that spot for like a month was like faded and it did
Mm.
end up healing properly. But like
Uh,
you can
did you have
really
to get it
mess.
touched up or?
No, not yet. You can like really mess them up though, like pretty
Yeah,
bad. Like
gotcha.
I don't know. This one's on my neck. I'm going to play basketball later today.
You're not
Um,
gonna. I feel like you're probably
I
not
don't I
gonna be
don't
at
think
much risk.
anyone's gonna be ripping my neck off in basketball. I mean, it's possible, but it's much less likely than my hand. So
Mm.
yeah, just be careful with them. I don't know. After the first like 4 days, you're pretty good to do your regular life as long as you're like, aware of the fact that you have something that could get fucked up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that is a
That answers all
sufficient
my questions.
answer. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get my first one done soon,
Nice.
but I haven't really reached out to any artists yet. But
Mm.
we'll see.
Fair.
Mhm.
Probably in the next 2 months, I would say.
Good.
We'll see. I am also a chicken when it comes to pain. Like I have a strangely weird relationship with pain, where some is okay and some isn't.
Mm.
So we'll see. I'm kind of being a bit of a chicken if I'm being
I would
transparent. But
I was sick and like my body was aching, so I expected this one to be bad. And in that exact area, bro, it was like and I'm not, it was like a 2 out of 10. Like, not
really,
trying to sound like a tough kid, but like the tattoo artist
you're
was
a
like,
tough guy.
I've gotten a lot of tattoos and I've had ones that hurt a lot and I've
Mm.
had ones that haven't really hurt at all.
In
And
your experience, which area is the most painful?
there are charts online that show like a picture of the human body and like highlight in like color code which places are the most painful. I will say like the obvious ones that anyone who's gotten a tattoo probably knows about, like the crooks of the elbows and the crooks of the knees are like horrible. I've heard the sternum is like super duper bad, and then the front of the neck is really really bad. But
Interesting.
and like your private areas are also quite sensitive, obviously. So like outside of that, like upper arms, even forearms, very nonchalant. Uh Legs can be a bit touchy. I found my calf to be pretty. No, you know what? Shin bone. The shin bone was like brutal.
Yeah.
Um but like outside of that, like I, maybe I have a good pain tolerance, but like I don't nothing breaches like a 5 out of 10
Mm.
pain wise. And like when
Okay.
you're laying there and you're like, cool, I'm gonna have this permanently for like and it's going to hurt for like an hour, and then I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, and it's going to look good. Like, it's pretty easy to just sit there and be like, this is a 5 out of 10, but that's fine. Like, I don't
Mhm.
care that much right now.
Yeah.
The neck,
And it's
I was
usually
like
an
asleep.
hour.
Well, depending on the size and the
Yeah.
intricacy, like you can definitely, if I got a whole back piece that was like super in depth, it could be like 40 hours of chair time easily.
In fairness, when I say that, I'm thinking about what the context about what I'm trying to get in the size that it'll be. So
Yes.
I'm like thinking like inside an hour.
It depends
Oh,
on your
you're-
artist.
I would
It
say for
depends.
that size piece though, like 45 max.
Yeah.
It really, really depends. Like
Yeah.
for like the neck that I got, my tattoo artist is quick. I've also heard that he's painful. Like people have told me that his work style makes it hurt more, and I was like, nah, I don't see that at all. But I know like one of my other artists that I get done by, she's like a bit newer. If she had done this neck piece, it might have taken like an hour and a half. Nate, shout out, he did it in like 20 minutes. Like I was like I went to sleep on the table, and I woke up and I was like, good to go. Cool. So
Sick.
yeah,
There you go.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice. How was your week, Drake?
My week was good. I had a good week. Pretty uneventful again. Trying to think about anything that's happened. Pardon me. Yeah, no, it's been pretty uneventful, all in all. Work's been good. Yeah, honestly, we got like a pretty nasty storm last night, but it's now sunny. I mean, the roads are still probably pretty gross, and there's some power outages around. But
Wait,
all
like
in all,
winter storm?
yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, jinky scoop.
yeah. We got like 20 centimeters of snow, and then it transitioned into freezing rain overnight.
Oh,
Wow.
my.
Yeah,
We got a lot of wind and rain.
Hear about that.
yeah. But honestly, yeah, that's about the biggest thing that's happened this week is just like bad weather. That's just unfortunate because it's almost April. But it's fine. What can you do?
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm looking
honestly,
forward to the summer for sure.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it in some ways and then also not because we get the ungodly parallels of heat and cold here.
Oh man, I'm not ready. I'm dreading it so much.
Yeah.
You got to treat yourself and get a little little wall mount air conditioning unit for your room.
I
Yeah.
have one.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay.
But the thing is, that doesn't
I
work.
can see it getting hot down there.
It just, when I leave my room, it's death.
Yeah.
When I go to work and I lift one piece of one item, and I'm like, oh, I'm drenched in sweat because I'm a big boy who sweats a lot. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that.
No,
I
it's
gotta
gonna
say.
suck.
But oh well.
No.
It's
We
fine.
we have heat pumps in our apartment, so it's cool. But
Yeah.
it
Jealous of
is
that.
it is nice. I will stay here in game all summer and be nice and cool and not go outside because I'm a degenerate. But it's fine.
Oh yeah.
I do wish I worked from home just to fully take advantage of the AC every day, all day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like our apartment is a basement apartment on a hill, and it gets like beamed by the sun. And like, bro, it'll be so humid in here some days. You'll like walk out and the floor will feel wet. Like
Ugh.
it's like bad.
Oh,
It's like 40 degrees, 85% humidity. And we've got like
Ooh.
3 ACs running all day, every day. Does not make a difference. I just sit in my room with the AC blasting. I'm like, cool, it's only 26 degrees in here, so I can survive. Like, I can't sleep in the heat either. So it is deadly.
jinky.
And it's just getting worse and worse. Every summer we hit new high temperatures, and it's like, oh God. A week of 40 degrees.
Yep. Matt, how's your week been?
Oh,
It was all right.
yeah.
It wasn't like super great. I did find out that I randomly lost 20 pounds last weekend.
Oh,
And we're up to like 24 now. which was a spicy time to be alive. I had been fasting intermittently, and I am currently fasted presently, and I will continue to be fasted until probably like 3 p.m. this afternoon. Um, and I'm just like cut some sugar out to try and be healthy because of the whole heart thing a few weeks ago. If you're a listener, you might remember I had some medical concerns.
Yeah.
But now that's under control, and I've been like fasting for like a month or so. It's got on the scale at my buddy's place, and it was 252, which is the lowest overall collective weight I've been in like 10 years. So it's not too bad.
Nice.
It's not too bad. So that was kind of decent. I also found out, okay, so this past week I found this really janky website that is called Daily Motion. And it's
Okay.
like YouTube-ish, but less regulation, and they don't give a shit about what you post on there.
Oh.
So I'm sure it'll all get taken down at some point.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spread around too much, but there was this show that I watched when I was a young warthog called Kung Fu: The Legend Continues, and it had like a precursor show called Kung Fu, and it was about this monk named Kwai Chang Caine. It was played by David Carradine, and he like grew up in this in the Shaolin monastery, and it was just like my whole person as a child was like going to taekwondo and like practicing martial arts, and I loved this show so much. And it's like shot in like what's worse than 320p? Like it's awful.
244.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like trash monkey. It's
Yeah.
like trash. But I've found all of these shows on Daily Motion, and like you cannot buy it, you can't stream it, you can't purchase it on YouTube in your virtual, whatever you call that, library or whatever. You can't do
Yeah.
anything on any website. So I've been looking for it, and it's like hundreds of dollars unguaranteed on DVD on Amazon or eBay, right? So it's so hard to find, but it's such a heartwarming show. So I was able to find it. So I've been just like all my spare time goes to Helldivers and binging Kung Fu: The Legend Continues.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been amazing. The idea is that at the end of the show Kung Fu, so Kwai Chang Caine had a son named Peter Caine, and the temple was attacked by an evil anti-Shaolin monk who trained with them for a long time, but ended up not liking Caine, not liking the monastery. So, or rather, not the monastery, but the temple. And so he comes in and like destroys the whole thing, blows it up, and Peter and Kwai Chang think that each other are dead. So the whole thing is like father and son each believed the other had perished. 15 years later, they were reunited, and now Caine faces new challenges. And it's like out of the monastery and in the real world. And it's just he's like uses all these like kung fu anecdotes, and like he's very much like Master Yi to me. If you've ever watched Kung Fu Panda, it's like the same energy as Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like the wushu finger hold that Kung Fu Panda does is like wushu is another sort of reference to the concept of Shaolin. So it's just very cool. But David Carradine also like stars in Kill Bill as Bill. And Quentin Tarantino took a lot of like inspiration because he also loved Kung Fu, and Kung Fu: The Legend Continues when they were coming out when he was growing up. I'm like a little late to the party, obviously, just due to my age. But so he like a lot of things that you see in Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, and even what's that Tarantino film where Samuel L. Jackson's like hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, so like he makes references to Caine in Pulp Fiction. He like does a bunch of reference in Kill Bill. Yeah. At one point in Kung Fu, like Kwai Chang Caine like plays the flute as a character piece, and he like makes his own flute out of a piece of bamboo, and they have that actual flute in the extras on Kill Bill. So it's just like incredible. But to find the show and to be able to watch the whole first season again was a big spicy play for my week.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
Nice.
yeah, it's like an OG throwback. My dad, he won't listen, but if my dad, yeah, it's a long story. My dad, he and I used to watch the show when he was younger as well, and we just happened to randomly both like the show, and it was a nice way to connect for a little while when I was on the come up. But
Cool.
it's nice to watch that show again. I'm on season 2, episode 1. Back in the good old days when a season was 22 episodes, 45 minutes long.
Hell
So you
yeah.
got real content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? None of this 8 episode, 32-minute Marvel Bull Disney crap
Yeah.
stuff, you know? Anyway.
Yeah, that's super fair.
Did
Yeah.
you guys ever
It
watch
was
Shaolin
kind of great.
Showdown?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I have
watched
not.
Showdown.
It's
I have not.
great. It's a great little cartoon. I
Yeah.
love that when I
Is
was
it like on
Showdown
growing up.
YouTube?
was very good.
I don't know. It's just fantastic. You were talking about your show, and it reminded me of that aggressively.
Mhm.
So
I'll watch it.
it's actually really good. Like,
Yeah, I'll
highly
watch it and come
recommend. Okay. I'm so sick.
Oh, no, buddy.
My head is pounding.
That's
Oof.
Get the Advil.
We'll keep this
Oh.
a short and sweet one.
We can go as long as you want. I just wanted to. Are you done talking about your week, Matt? I don't want to
I'm all
interrupt.
finished. Yeah, no, you go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to give a shout out mid-show because I don't want him to have to wait until the end of the show. There's a new super fan. Like, Lisa
What?
has company now, and it happens to be her other son. Devin has been like actively talking to me about the show, and like he does polls on his Twitter all the time when we ask questions, and like he's genuinely invested in like when the show comes out. He's like, I can't wait to watch it. So like I'm gonna put him in the same category as Lisa because he's been interacting with us a lot on our YouTube and stuff. So shout out to you, Devin. You deserve it big time.
Hashtag superfan Devin.
Guess what? I'm also
Chicken
adding
butt?
a new super fan.
Hell yeah.
We're doubling down on the super fans. Yeah.
I'm curious who yours is.
Our
You're probably
superfan
not gonna be-
expansion is rampant.
So, in a similar vein, the person that I am adding to the super fan club is also very active in commenting on the YouTube videos and interacting with us on Instagram as well, which we super appreciate.
Okay.
Because not very many people do. So when you do that, and also you just are listening all the time as well, and we appreciate it.
Are we about to make your whole family super fan?
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Okay, go
I think
for
that's
it.
the case. So I'll welcome to the super fan club my dad, Jurgen,
Yeah.
as well as a new super fan member.
They really are very active
Yeah.
in the community.
Quite nice.
And
Quite
we
nice. They are the
appreciate
community.
it.
We do. Thanks for the like and subscribe.
Yeah.
They are the
So,
heart and soul. Yeah.
There we go. The
Fair.
tartan soul, if you will.
Oh God.
Too spicy.
So throwback to season 1, episode 8.
Have you guys ever went back and looked at our like ratings and stuff? Because like I
listen
use
to
it.
the old podcasts all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't go on a lot of dates, but when I do go on dates, it's recommended to be a coffee date. I will send our list of ratings and be like, choose one. Just to make it easier. And I'm like, you know which ones I like the most out of this information?
Yeah.
You choose.
Don't go to Dilly Dally.
Don't go to Dilly Dally.
Don't do that. Coffee
No.
tastes like vodka, and it doesn't hit you the same way vodka does.
No. Yeah. But yeah, no, that list comes in handy. Pretty. I don't know. I want to go. I got to go to apartment 3 sometime soon. I miss it.
Oh, I missed that.
That was our best one. Our highest rated.
I was there the other day. It was lit.
Really?
Nice.
My parents live in Sackville, so
fair.
Yeah, we're over there enough that the occasional sweet local.
Yeah.
Oh,
very nice.
Legendary.
Legend, and I hope you're not lactose intolerant, because here comes the dairy.
Hell yeah.
Hell
God,
yeah.
what a show.
Very good show. Are you doing anything unique with your meal planning, Drake?
Oh, well, I've been wanting to talk about this for like a couple weeks, but we just get not distracted because the conversations are fantastic. It's just other things have come up that have taken our time. I'm just curious because like we're all relatively busy people.
Yeah.
I just wonder what like in terms of, well, Matt, obviously you have like a whole ass family.
Mhm.
So you've got the child.
We
Like in terms of like food and like meals and all that kind of stuff, like I like recently, and I've done it before in the past too, like we have a HelloFresh subscription for me and my partner,
Mhm.
because we're both in the culinary field. And um it may shock you, but maybe it's not every chef, but me specifically, man, I don't want to cook when I'm home.
True.
Like I do it for my job and I love it, and I still love cooking, and I love cooking every now and then when I'm home, but the idea of coming home from work to then cook more is like, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
I wouldn't want to if I were you either.
Yeah. So, and in terms of like also just having food around, right? It's really hard to like shop appropriately for food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we've been getting the food subscription boxes just because it's convenient. It just
Yeah.
takes the thought out of having to um, have food and try and think of what we're gonna make and all that kind of stuff. And for the most part, it's reasonably affordable for two people. The other thing too for us is that, like, God love my partner, but things go into the fridge, and then the second they are out of sight, it is as if they have never existed.
Fact.
So we would buy groceries, and there's a lot of things that would just go bad
Valid.
because they would enter the refrigerator, and it was like, boop, they're gone.
Game over.
They're
Right
gone.
now,
They've
this
disappeared.
is no cap. This is no cap. There is a full 2 heads of cauliflower, a turnip, and a bag of carrots in my fridge. Gone bad because
No.
out of sight, out of mind.
Yep. So to kind of counter that, because it just also just one of those things where it's like, well, we're spending money on this and then throwing it out. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I hate that. Like
Yeah.
food waste is so ingrained in my head that I'm just like, we gotta be more thoughtful about this. So
For sure.
that's also been helpful with the food subscription boxes because everything gets used. There's no extra, like there's nothing sitting around, which is nice.
We were on HelloFresh for like, I want to say like 4 months once.
Mm.
And what it helped me realize was that we don't eat at home enough
Mm.
because and it's led us into sort of a shift in the way that we approach food in general. But the issue for us is that we don't well, like Ellie doesn't eat anything that we cook anyway. She has a very specific and particular diet which exists in like us trying to get vegetables into her in whatever way we possibly can.
Mhm.
So like she eats a lot of not good things. She'd eat some good things, but like she's eating like the bear paws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she eats a lot of bear paws, but if you're gonna have a bear paw, you need to eat the vegetable bear paw and
Mm.
stuff like that. So she
Mhm.
doesn't really factor into our eating anyway because she just has such a hyper specific diet.
Yeah.
But she gets all her nourishment and we've got her on lots of vitamins and stuff. But it is definitely challenging for her to eat. So but for us, we could be on a food subscription. The problem with HelloFresh for us is that we would order too many meals and we would naturally just have them go bad, like the components go bad in the fridge
mm.
because it was almost like at the time, and life is different for us now because this was like in the pandemic, early stages pandemic.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's different for us now. So maybe we're thinking about giving it a try again actively right now. But it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to say. Like when you think about like budgeting and stuff like that, like I like the idea of going to the grocery store and being really frugal and only buying things that are on sale. But with the rate of inflation in Canada and the carbon tax that's about to slap us in the face with a 26% increase again,
Yeah.
like I don't know how we're affording to be able to eat. And like we don't make bad money. I won't talk about my salary, but like we don't make bad money, and like it still feels wild to be able to go to the store and buy Whole Foods. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to consider it again. Do you
Yeah,
feel like
sure.
do you feel like you're getting value?
I think so. I think in terms of just like overall like use of food, the waste factor of things, like
I do
I-
like that too.
and it's not that we're not still buying groceries and that kind of stuff, because like we, there are just
You gotta have
some
snacks.
nights, yeah, just like the day-to-day use stuff. But yeah, I would say overall, I would say it's worth it. Like it's not super expensive. We're getting 4 meals a week, and we kind of just like bookend it like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
That we'll do those. And it's like I think it's $90 right now.
Yeah.
For effectively like 8 meals,
Yeah.
a portion each. Like I don't think I could go to a grocery store. Now
What's that, like
obviously it's like
$5.50
bulk.
a portion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously like bulk cooking and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I could make something on a Monday that would last the whole week, but it's like diversity of food, like all those other factors, that it's not just like, hey, and this is not this when I say this, I'm not throwing it as shade because I think it's delicious, but I'm just not like making a giant pot of spaghetti at the beginning of the week, and on Sunday you're finishing the giant pot of spaghetti.
True.
Because again, food diversity, different nutrients, all that kind of stuff are like important in the day-to-day life. So it's like, yeah, I could save probably a ton of money by doing that kind of like making of food, but I think I'm losing out on other factors.
I mean, a healthy food budget in life is important anyway. And
oh my god, yeah.
Well, while we're on the subject of Drake's food habits, what the hell do you do when you quote make coffee? Because there's this thing that happens. So sometimes we'll be on, like this morning as an example, Colton and I hopped on before recording and we just ran an ARAM or two in League of Legends. And we were like, oh, we'll just, I think Drake's coming too. Cool. We'll wait for him. And then he's like making coffee. And then we were both like, huh? Let's think about this critically for a second. Should we just run it? Because making coffee takes about 45 minutes for old Drake, and I just wanted to really unpack that and just like give you a chance to let us know what to really expect when you say I'm quote making coffee.
So sometimes it is usually quite quick, and it's just making drip coffee, which takes me like, I mean, it's just waiting for it to finish so I can be ready to play. But the whole process, like I said in the Discord chat, probably takes around 10 to 15 minutes. Probably 10 realistically.
Yeah.
From start to finish. A lot of times, I'm not going to lie, I'm like, I got to get up and make coffee. And I'll send that message, and then I'm just laying in bed scrolling through TikTok.
I'm not shocked. I received those
The
TikToks.
truth will out.
Nah,
I'm not
do
gonna
this.
lie. I'm like, I like literally like woke up maybe 15 minutes before that whole conversation happened this morning. So I'm still like half asleep, just laying in bed. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta make coffee at some point before the podcast.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, it's at some point, not I'm going to make it now.
Gotcha. So what we'll do moving forward, just to make sure we're nice and smooth, is we'll say, are you making coffee with a TikTok buffer, or are you making coffee now?
Yeah. But that's more often not. That's the case. Is that I've said that, and then I'm still in bed.
Are you still polishing a whole pot of coffee off every day?
Not like a full.
Slapping a Like
But like
slapping a 6-cupper or
No, two cups.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
6 would be wild.
2 in the morning. Well, I
No,
mean,
like six cups in the thing is not 6 cups of coffee.
coffee.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
6 cups in my 6 cups of water in the the carafe gives me 2 cups of coffee, or
Yeah.
3 cups of coffee, 2 for me and 1 for Morgan.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Facts.
Facts.
yeah,
Okay,
not
cool,
actually
cool, cool,
slamming
cool.
6 cups of coffee.
No, I
Once
wouldn't
upon a
slam
time,
6.
though.
Could be done.
One
Same.
time. Yeah.
Same.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
off the caffeine now almost completely. Like I'll have a cup of tea when Riss makes one, but
Mm.
I'm trying to not get back on that train because
Fair.
it's just a vessel for more sugar at the end of the day for me. So I don't
Mm.
want to especially the sludge they serve at work. No offense, work.
I mean, work coffee is like diner coffee, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
one, though-
it's never going to be good.
Yeah, I don't want to out anything around work, but the it's kind of like a glorified Keurig. So it's not like, oh, I'm making a pot of coffee and it's sitting up like lukewarm on a thing all day, and then I'm pouring it into a cup and microwaving it and then going to the office, going to work. It's like a full on, like you insert a pouch of whatever flavor coffee you want and it makes it there fresh for I say fresh, like there are still grounds in the bag, so it's like pour over, but it is not good. It is so bad. I think about drinking that coffee, and actually, guys, I'll be right back because I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, jeez.
Like it's bad. It is bad. There's so, and like they've adjusted recently, but there was beforehand in this particular brand, just to kind of illustrate the amount of diuretics that you consume when you have 1 cup of coffee
Right.
at work. It has more caffeine in 1 cup, like physical small mug, like 1 cup of fluid, than an entire large Tim Hortons coffee. So the amount of caffeine that you have is going up like the club on a Tuesday at work.
Yeah.
So we're getting some new coffee systems, which I'm really excited about. We're actually getting an espresso system for all of our coffee rooms, which could be great.
Nice.
But in the interim, before that happens, the coffee is presently sludge. But the Nespresso will change our game a little bit, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'd even pay like $2 a Nespresso coffee at work. I would.
Yeah.
Cover the cost, right? Or get a coffee punch card or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, either way, I'd be fine with that. But yeah, not to come at you too hard in the comments, Drake, but
no, that's super fair. That's valid. I'm okay with that.
If you take 45 minutes to make a cup of coffee in the morning, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, seriously.
There'll be a poll on the Instagram about how long it takes you. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that. That was an actual joke. I'm just trying to flame them a little extra hard. I'll get Colton later, but
it's not a wrap.
For the whole wrap sandwich.
Not a wrap.
Thing.
It's not a wrap.
Like it's evident. I've been memeing the whole time, guys. It's evident. Okay. I know a wrap is a wrap and a salad's a salad. Okay. Until it took 5 episodes for us to get there, but it is what it is.
It came up a lot in private conversation.
I just remembered something completely distract from this. Just a random little work thing. On Thursdays, this is super cool. It's actually really fun. On Thursdays, I call it the kids get to run the show. But it's all it's me and my 2 other coworkers. One is a former roommate. But on Thursdays at the fancy restaurant, all of us younger team members on our crew, because there's right now there is 5 people who technically work in the kitchen at the fancy restaurant, and that includes our chef. And the other person is our morning prep person / baker. So in the evenings on Thursdays, it's me and the 2 other people who are our age, between 27 and 29.
Yeah.
And we are in charge of the whole restaurant, the diet, the service, the kitchen aspect of it every Thursday.
That's cool.
Because our chef deserves days off, and he's finally taking them now.
Valid. Very valid.
Yeah, it is valid.
So yeah, for the last 2 weeks, the kids have been running the show, and it's been super fun.
That does sound fun.
Yeah. It just feels really good that I'm hey, you trust us. to do this and not mess it up.
That's
That's
pretty
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Well-
circle back for a second, because I didn't get to say my thing.
Oh yes.
When it comes to meal prep,
Oh yeah,
I do
yeah,
this-
yeah. Of course, duh.
I do the same lunch every week for work. And then every day after work, I stop on the way home at a grocery store and buy fresh ingredients, specifically to, one, take advantage of all the sales, and two, avoid having rotten food.
Mm.
Because that's such a big waste of my money, because I am exactly like you guys in the sense that if I bought like a week's worth of groceries, most of them would be rotten by the end of the week for sure. So like, yeah, I know that that's a luxury that not everyone can do, but like, I don't know. There's a grocery store in between me and work. I literally drive right past it. So I'm just like, okay, I'll stop in
Oh,
for
I
10
can't.
minutes, grab
I
whatever.
couldn't spend that much time there. It's
Yeah.
like a black hole for me. I
I
respect your ability to do that a lot, but I could never go to the grocery store on my way home.
I'm
every
a
day.
single man who doesn't do much. So if I get a chance to be in a social environment for 10 minutes of my day, I'm like, cool, that was a good 10 minutes of my day. Pull
That's
in
how
with
I-
the tunes jamming in the parking lot now, scare all the old
by
women.
Dre, baby. Come on.
Just shaking the windows in the Sobeys.
Okay, with that, that's our show. Is there anything that you guys want to leave in terms of the viewers with comments, commentary for the viewers?
What can we ask the lovely people this week? I guess off the topic of like food stuff. Are you bulk cooking? Are you meal prepping? Is it a big thing on a Sunday and Monday that gets you through most of the week, or are you cooking meals every day, doing something different every day?
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know what your food habits are. Oh yeah.
Colton, you look like you're about to drop wisdom.
I really hate that you set me up like that, because I was just going to say everybody should buy a Jeep, and that was going to be the end of my statement. Yeah. Maybe don't buy a Jeep with the imposing carbon tax, but we'll gloss over that.
True.
Valid.
All right, thanks everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe at Ice and Bean Pod for Instagram. Shoot us a follow there so you can stay up to date on the ongoings of the show. There's usually a little post in advance to let you know when we're releasing. We appreciate you. Shout out super fans. Super fan
Start a wall.
Drake's family.
Yeah,
Start a
just the
wall.
family of super fans.
Yeah, shout out Superfan Lisa, Superfan Jurgen, and Superfan Devin. Because there's so many superfans to shout out. We love having superfans. Like and subscribe in their honor.
Yeah.
100%. But thanks
Do it for
everybody.
them.
We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.